Have you ever done something so scary you know will bring an exhilaration of freedom, and yet you still do it? Today we're going to talk about what it means to take a decision to pursue freedom, yet with the knowledge that it is absolutely scary to do so. Hi, I'm Dr. PK. Welcome again to my channel, MoloMolo Tech Studios. Here we talk about some of my thoughts and experiences when it comes to the tech industry and having an experience through the industry. So over the last couple of weeks, as you know, I have been dabbing into the world of unemployment. Unfortunately, it's no way near what I thought it would be. It was not my choice. If you haven't seen the previous set of videos, you can have a look on the top there. But the one thing that I thought about talking about today was just the overall sense of freedom that one can indeed pursue when now unemployed. One thing that I realized, and I was speaking to a colleague, ex-colleague yesterday, is that the job of an employer is to rob you of certain privileges. The job of an employer, for specific reasons, is to bring a certain structure that divorces you from free choice. And one of the biggest free choices that one has is the ability to pursue scary, bold, and freeing activities. Now, it is true that not everybody is built for it. It is true that we are all different. It is true that we do not all have the same aspiration and dreams. But it's also not true that we do not all find freedom exhilarating. We all want to feel a sense of freedom. We all want to feel a sense of feeling in control of our lives. But unfortunately, most of the most freeing things in life are the scary ones. And one of the things that I'm talking about is entrepreneurship. Going from corporate to entrepreneurship is incredibly scary. I've been now dabbing into the world of entrepreneurship for the past 3 to 4 weeks. I have now landed my first client that I've been working for. And it is scary because payment doesn't come. What do you do? Rent needs to be paid. What do you do? Groceries needs to be bought. What do you do? But at the same time, the exhilaration of knowing that you wake up tomorrow, for example, whereby you get a sense that, man, I'm in control of the direction that I'm taking. It's scary. But at the same time, it's exciting, it's exhilarating, it is freeing. So I just thought I should share just one of the few things that I'm going through, thought processes that enables me to keep going besides the fear, but keep going besides the trepidation of potential failure and the notion and the data that says, first time entrepreneurs, 80% to 90% of them would fail within the first or 2 years. I've been there, I've done it, I had the t-shirt. This is not my first rodeo, of course. UAV for Africa and others, I've dabbed into it. But this is my first serious ones where I'm saying to the world, hey, I'm here to serve you and I am the face of whatever I want to be doing for the sake of my family. And that is quite scary. So one of the things that I've been thinking a lot about is just the notion of being prepared. I think when opportunity meets preparedness, then there is a sense of growth. There is a sense of achievement. There is a sense of progress. And the one thing that I've realized now that I'm literally working for my own account is I've got to be prepared. Every single day is a day for me to put my best foot forward. My best foot forward cannot be without preparation, cannot happen without having thought about it. So a lot of this thinking now doesn't happen when you get to work, a lot of thinking happens before you start working. That's number one. I think that is the mindset that an entrepreneur who wants to be a successful entrepreneur needs to start thinking about, is that your level of thinking is no longer corporate. It's not when you get that email that you start thinking how to respond. It's to now think about, in the event I get an email, this is what I would say, because timing and putting your best foot forward is everything. The second thing that I also kind of brought into my head over the last few weeks is that you've got to have patience. Patience is, in my view, the biggest arsenal, and at least in terms of a toolkit of an entrepreneur, that you need to have. Why is that? Because patience within a certain level of chaos, because entrepreneurship is chaos, is in a way a low pass filter. If you know what a low pass filter means, some of you who are tech professionals who are watching this, it essentially means you're averaging out the high and the lows. You're averaging out the noise. You're mitigating making false promises or false actions, or at least hasty actions. And patience allows you to just kind of see things through and see whether they indeed will work out the way they're supposed to. Now, this is so important because as much as one needs to have patience, one needs to act quickly. But you cannot act quickly when misinformed. That is danger. So there is a certain level of self-awareness that you need to have to be able to say, you know what, for this specific time, I need to wait it out. And in another situation, for this specific time, I have enough information to act. So that is probably the second thing that I'm learning, just being patient and being just methodical about just understanding the situations and being self-aware of my emotions and self-aware that I am the one who needs to act. If I cannot do something, I need to start delegating. And this is exciting because MoloMolo has now reached a team of 4 people, myself and 3 volunteers. And I'm really excited about that. It's really amazing to see people who are willing to come on board and say, hey, let me spend 2-3 hours of my time every week to make MoloMolo Tech Studios just grow from strength to strength across the board, specifically regarding content creation and social media. So it's really exciting about that. But at the same time, everything falls on me, literally. And it's exciting because I've prepared in a way for this. And that leads me to the third point, is that don't go into entrepreneurship if you do not feel that the events prior brought you to this point. What does that mean? It means just because you got fired, just because you're out of a job, doesn't necessarily mean you're ready for business or ready for entrepreneurship. Just because you decided to move jobs and it didn't work out and you are now not sure what you're doing, does not necessarily mean you're ready for entrepreneurship. But the events that lead you up to a specific point, the itch to want to create, the itch to want to give, the itch that other people's problems are your problem, is a very good indicator that you are ready, and that the events that led you up to that decision were the very events that you should take into account. For me, that is so crucial because that is the stay factor that will allow you to be patient enough to ride through the noise. That is the essential ingredient that you need to ensure that everything that you do from now on, irrespective of how hard it is, irrespective of how amazingly difficult it will be, because it will be, will allow you to stay motivated and grounded in the very vision that you've set for yourself or for your business or for your family. So I really wanted to encourage all of you, those who have decided, those who are not sure whether you should take this job somewhere else versus taking the leap into just entrepreneurship. Think about whether you are patient. Think about whether you have the story to back it up and the motivation to take it to a sustainable level. This is really something that I'm going through. If you are in need of consulting services from a tech professional that is capable and competent in model-based system engineering or technical coaching, that is now MoloMolo Services. You can have a look at the link in the description that comes with this video and see our website that is now brand new. So really exciting about that, and give us feedback. How did you jump into entrepreneurship? Do you want to jump into entrepreneurship? And what's stopping you? And more importantly, what would you be doing, and what are some of your challenges that you're facing? Let's talk about it. Let's try and really build rapport and relationships, as we all need it as we're going through this tough journey, but exciting journey at the same time. So thank you so much again for watching. This is Dr. PK for another episode of Engineering Diaries. Until next time, ciao.